Hi again guys, so we've got another drag spec tune for you today. Now as you'll have noticed, the title of this video is of course for the Audi Q7, which isn't actually on Gran Turismo 6. This tune is actually for the Audi Pikes Peak Quattro, which is essentially the pre-production version of the Q7. And the reason why I've titled it the Q7 is because basically it's just a shorter, more concise title than Audi Pikes Peak Quattro Concept, which is just far too long a name for a YouTube video. So we're racing soft tyres, as always. For suspension, we've got the ride height quite high, on 250 front and rear. Springs we've got on 6 on the front, 675 on the back. Dampers for compression on 1, and extension on 4. Anti-roll to 5. Camber and toe on neutral to get as much tyre contact to the road as possible. For your auto setting, we've got that on 249. Then for first gear, we've got 3.575. Second, third, fourth and fifth all the way to the left. And sixth on 0.800 with a final drive of 3. For the diff, highest initial torque for that explosive launch, high acceleration and low braking sensitivity. We've got a torque split of 50-50. All the power upgrades obviously, and I will be using NOS on this tune. You definitely want the full weight loss package as well. Traction control is, as you'd expect, turned off, and as always I will be using an automatic gearbox because that's just what I do basically. So as usual, we'll be putting it up against some hefty competition to show how it performs in the real world. So we're going to be putting it up against one of the most popular drag cars, the Supra RZ. The Supra is running around 100 horsepower more, just over 100 horsepower more, weighs significantly less, and the Supra is also going to be using racing softs, NOS and an auto gearbox. So we'll go on 35. So pretty quick for a big hefty vehicle. Obviously the all-wheel drive helps a lot, but usually by now the car that I put it up against would have overtaken. So it's not just the all-wheel drive that's great about this car, it is a very strong mid-range performance SUV as well. It's by far the quickest SUV in the game. There's no competition whatsoever there. And it's actually quicker than some of the supercars that are on the game. And as you saw, it gave the Supra a good run for its money for over 1,000 metres. And there's not many big vehicles like this which could do that with any car, let alone a Supra. So as always, I'm going to put its performance specs in the video description, but those specs are: it does 0 to 60 in 1.3 seconds, 0 to 100 in 3.1, which is stonkingly quick for an SUV, 0 to 150 in 6.6, it does the magic 0 to 200 in 12.6, which again is really quick for an SUV, 0 to 225 in 17.6, 0 to 250 in 26.7. It does the quarter mile in 8.2, 1,000 metres in 15.1. It does the standing mile, 1,600 metres, in 21 seconds, 2,000 metres in 24.7 seconds, 3,000 metres in 33.5 seconds, and it does the standing 2-mile drag, which is 3,200 metres, in 35.3 seconds. So a seriously quick SUV. So if you haven't bought this car yet, I would strongly and obviously recommend that you do so. It is expensive, it's 1.25 million, but it's definitely worth it because it's one of the quickest launch cars in the game, and it has the mid-range acceleration to back up that launch against cars which have far more power and on paper better performance. So I hope you guys enjoy using this car. Hope you find this tune setup helpful. If you did, feel free to subscribe. I put out new tunes every day. And as always, thanks for watching.